Bum 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 ba bum ba. Off constantly. Good evening and welcome to Off Constantly, your weekly
I said you were right.
pop culture. Sorry, am I interrupting you?
Yeah.
Give us a minute.
Okay.
I know.
And go ahead.
Okay. Welcome to Off Constantly, your weekly pop culture extravaganza and ADD theater, as I advertised right there. I'm your host, Bamba. With me, as always, is Samurai.
Hello.
Sounds so subtle. So.
It's Zen.
One of these days, I'm just waiting for the samurai sword to come out and cut our heads off.
We didn't.
Don't think I don't like one.
Don't think what?
We've been asking for it.
Yeah.
Don't think you haven't been
episodes.
since day one.
Yeah.
Like my head turns into a watermelon and yours is a strawberry, and it's the samurai fruit game.
No, I'm imagining your heads.
Okay.
We just held up our heads.
And Backwater
kiss.
And Backwater Jay, how's it going?
You know, it fantastic.
I didn't know that till you just said it, so thank you for clearing it
I'm
up.
glad that I told you that I was fantastic because there seemed to be a little bit of a space between us.
A little. I was wondering
Sorry.
how you were feeling, the status of your body.
Well, I once she cuts off our heads and puts them on the table right in front of us, there won't be any space.
there.
Yeah,
Together.
it'd be a great centerpiece.
Yeah.
We've
And
got a lot
speaking
to
of-
talk about.
Speaking of centerpieces, I don't know if those of you at home have noticed, but it is our President's
Presidente.
All You Need to Know. And this is in honor of course, President's Day, which happy President's Day, guys.
Yeah, you too.
I mean, of all the holidays, it's my favorite. Because we give each other inaugural addresses and impeachment notices and Monica Lewinsky's phone number.
Oh, I got a good joke.
Oh, let's go with it.
Going with presidents.
Okay.
Is it clean? Because this is a family show.
No.
Okay, then. Roll with it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the
Okay.
red carpet's out. I
So,
don't know where
what
you need it.
does Monica Lewinsky and a pop machine have in common?
I have no idea. What does Monica Lewinsky and a pop machine have in common?
They both say, "Insert bill here."
I don't get it. Could you explain it?
No.
Okay.
That is where the line is going.
So, we actually have had more than one president besides Mr. Clinton. We've actually had several. Can anybody tell me how many?
44.
That would be true if... Was it the 44th
43.
today? Yesterday? Or
Does it count
like
if-
last month when they did the inauguration?
Well, he was still the same president. You know what I mean?
But do we count that?
Yeah, do you count that twice?
My wife and I had that exact same conversation, and I.
And
don't-
what was
I
the-
think he is the 44th president. Like
Is
you
he also the
can't count
43rd?
it. Yeah, exactly. I don't think so. I think you
So
can't count it as each term is a different president. I mean, I would.
What's
think.
odd is that this book actually has 45 presidents.
Yeah.
Well, do they Jefferson Starship, who was
Well, maybe,
who was
like-
the president of the
No, besides the
South
first
in the during the
African
Civil War?
American president, they have the first Mexican president on here too. So,
If I walked right in.
see, at this point, the guy working that camera would zoom in a little bit, but he's pointing his finger at me.
However, we just got a call from the White House, and they only count each president once.
They only count each one president once. So this would be the 45th president, right? As we zoomed in on that. Okay, are we done? You didn't, did you? Okay. That's all right. It was a sight gag. Sometimes they work,
Yeah.
sometimes they don't. Now that we've ran
I
with
think
it
the
for
viewer
about
can
7 minutes now, it's probably a dead horse. So
Can
let's just keep
understand.
kicking it, shall we?
Yeah, the horse is dead.
Favorite presidents? This guy right here. That's the subject we're talking about first of all. Favorite president is Bamba. If I ran the country, boy, things would be different. I'll tell you that right now. Won't get on my platform. I'll save that for November. But let's chat about you guys. My favorite president, besides myself, is definitely, without question, John F. Kennedy. Greatest president to ever live. Was lucky enough to travel with best friend down to Texas and see where he had his untimely demise. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad, but I got to see it with my own eyes. And after reading many, many books, seeing many, many movies, I've made the decision. There is no way Lee Harvey Oswald did it.
Oh.
There we go.
What is
I
your
said
theory?
it-
That's
said here
definitive
tonight.
proof. I mean, right there.
If it's been said on off constantly, it's
Warren report.
It's true.
Reopen it. That is right.
why does it have to be
Warren
reopened?
report.
It should just be shut.
Who do you
The
think did
Warren
it then?
Commission. Yeah.
Commission, thank you.
Who do I think did it? That's a whole other subject that we'll go into next November.
Okay. Oh.
November is traditionally the time to talk about elections and conspiracy theories.
Well, November 22nd, 1963 was when he was shot, so that's why
Oh.
it'd be a good week to
Now,
talk about.
Wow.
are you using
know a lot about
any
him.
of the information you got from that Stephen King book that you read to inform you
no.
on any of this? Okay.
No, that was a very entertaining book. It was a marathon. Highly recommend it, but take like 3 months out of your life because it's about 4,326 pages long. Wow. It has so many 12, 14 storylines all going on at the same time. And at the end, it's worth it at the end, but getting there's a journey.
What book is this?
Could I read the last 10 pages and be
You
satisfied?
could read the last 10 pages and you would be so confused. It's called November
Okay.
22nd, 1963.
Oh.
A Stephen King book about the
A
Kennedy.
Stephen King
Well,
joint.
I
I
shouldn't
think is
say
what
that
you
it's
said.
about the Kennedy assassination because that's loosely, I mean, it's part of the storyline and it's really what is the catalyst for the story, but it's really a love story. I mean, I hate to break it to you guys, but so my favorite president, JFK. I could go into reasons why. I'm not going to because I want you two to talk.
Well, I did some research.
Okay, I like
and
research.
I found my favorite president.
Excellent.
Gentleman by the name of Warren G. Harding. He is the great-great-grandfather of Warren G. the Regulator. Mount up. It was a cool black night. Okay, Warren G. Harding's claim to infamy rests on spectacular ineptitude captured in his own pathetic words, "I am not fit for this office and should never have been here."
Wow, I like him
For the
already.
man
Role model.
himself, he was a former newspaperman and publisher who won a string of offices in his native Ohio. He was an unrestrained womanizer noted for his affability, good looks, and implacable desire to please.
Austin Powers
Are you
like.
sure his name wasn't Jason Anderson?
Oh, Warren Jason Anderson. It was good, his father told him, that he hadn't been born a girl because you'd be in the family way all the time. You can't say no.
Wink, 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 wink.
Family show. Okay, Harding should have said no when Republican Party bosses in the proverbial smoke-filled room, a phase that originated with this instance, made him their 11th hour pick for the highest office. He was so reassuringly vague in his campaign declarations that he was understood to support both the foes and backers of the U.S. entry into the League of Nations, the hottest issue of the day. Whoa. Okay, you want me to speed this up a little bit? All right, okay.
Don't
Now
speed it
I
up.
think it's
Don't
good.
speed it up. Just
Once
make it
in the
interesting.
White
Slow it
House,
down.
the 29th president busied himself with golf,
No.
poker,
Golf?
and his mistress.
Golf hookers and
While
what?
appointees and cronies plundered the U.S. government in a variety of creative ways.
Like what?
Well, his Secretary of the Interior allowed oil men for a modest under-the-table sum to
Interesting.
tap into government oil reserves, including one in Teapot Dome, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Dome scandal, come on! I have no trouble with my enemies, Harding once said, adding that it was his friends who kept me walking the floor nights.
I hate
So
I hate walking the floor nights.
So this guy sounds like he is pretty much the greatest thing ever. Like he
Well-
was just some dude who was like, "What's up, party in the White House?"
What year was this?
Holla!"
And what was his name again?
Warren G. Harding. I mean, come on.
Well, he was the original G.
Yeah.
He was OG, baby.
Was he?
OG Harding.
He was our first black president, right?
He was too soon.
No.
He was our first.
G.
He was the first G.
He was the
What
first
year was
G.
it?
He's got the book. I wasn't paying any attention.
Well, why don't you tell us who your favorite
My guess
president
is.
and then I will find out what year it was.
Elvis?
Although, just for
40s?
reference on a television show, when you have to resort to a book, things aren't going well. So, that's the number one rule that Eric taught us. If you have to look up in a book, things are not going well. So,
All right, well, we can just assume that I should have
he
done
was
more
president
research.
at some point in time between 1776
I'll look it up while you guys talk.
and
Elvis?
today. Elvis was not. Although Elvis, save that.
Elvis was a hero to most.
Who was your favorite president?
Elvis.
He wasn't really actually president.
That's not what my mom told
He
me.
was king, but this is not a monarchy, so let's try a different name. Let's see, since you've been born, we've had Clinton,
Who?
Bill Clinton.
Hmm?
Remember the Lewinsky
Oh,
joke
is he
told?
married to Hillary?
Yes.
Oh, indeed.
Well, I think married's a loose term, but they're together.
21 to 23. What? 1921 to 23.
He died in office.
Oh, not so much of a G now.
See? Now all of a sudden it's even more interesting.
He died of heart failure in San Francisco, California. He left his
Okay.
heart in San Francisco.
Buzzkill. Where were we at?
Mr. Rodham Clinton?
Mr. Rodham Hillary. Well, hold on. We have an Instagram from a viewer.
Is that an Instagram that basically just says, "Stop reading the damn book"?
Ooh. All right, this one's out for you, Backwater.
All right.
Which president should have used a Zeppelin?
Now we're talking about an actual flying machine, or should have brought in Led Zeppelin to rock. I mean, because if Nixon would have all of a sudden been like, "And here's Led Zeppelin," and they would have been like, "No way, there's no way this guy ever was doing anything that's worth impeachment." I mean,
He loves the Zepp.
I mean, he was on. His
career dropped like a Led Zeppelin.
Laughing. Let me think. I think if Lincoln would have been like flying over the Civil War in a Zeppelin, throwing out like,
Top hats.
oh yes, top hats and awesome
Or
lamb
just-
chop.
How about like barrels filled with hot tar?
Well,
That's just getting weird.
Because nothing else tonight has been.
I think
weird.
actually that was part of that Lincoln movie. It was Daniel Day-Lewis was like,
hurling flaming barrels of tar.
yeah,
Well,
out of a Zeppelin.
now all of a sudden, I didn't want to see that movie till just now.
Yeah.
And the whole time it was. And he's just.
He's got the Benny Hill song on the background. Because it actually makes perfect sense. So, was that the only question?
Nope, I got another one here.
Okay.
This one is for you.
Okay.
If you could change places with the president for one day, who would it be and why?
Oh
Duck.
boy.
We can come back.
Well,
Maybe.
I'm gonna go with. I would change one day of being president. Oh wow, that is
Can I answer real quick?
Yes, please.
Mine would be Warren G. Harding anytime before he died in San Francisco from heart failure. Because it was like, hey, yeah, man, give me some more chips, buds. All right, more cigars up in here.
I'm gonna have to go with
Elvis.
no. Although I'm a
Elvis
huge,
during his '68 comeback special when he was president in Vegas wearing that leather suit. Come on, you gotta pick that, right?
see, this is the problem with this show.
I can name 100 problems
well,
with
the
this
question-
show. It's not funny. It's weird.
But
We
I
talk
don't.
about weird
the
things.
question
I
that
don't
was presented
understand you guys.
All I want to talk about is Elvis
Nobody
in
wants
his leather
to watch
suit.
this?
Because I mean, at that point in time, how many guys can pull that off?
Oh my God.
Elvis?
Is it,
Elvis and
do you have,
Eddie
like,
Murphy.
Elvis Tourette's tonight? Because
Elvis and Eddie
everything-
Murphy are the only
Elvis?
people who can pull off leather
What did you
suits.
name your horse? Elvis? Do you like cheese? Elvis cheese?
It's a good cheese.
It is.
Who's your favorite Costello? Elvis.
Elvis.
Oh.
Okay, we beat that one to death.
Oh, I wanted
So,
one more.
If I were,
Elvis
I'm
Dumbledore.
actually go with Chuck's answer. That was a good one. I'd go back to November 22nd, 1963, and duck. Okay? So, there we go. That's what day I would go to. So, any other questions on there? There's got to be one for you.
Oh, there is. What past president energized the youth? Elvis.
Enough said.
Elvis.
All right.
Oh man, when they
Now-
saw him as president on Ed Sullivan's show, and he was moving those hips, it was like so many laws were getting passed that day.
Every time he moved a pelvis, a new law got put in place, and the war on drugs is over. Hubba hubba. Now, our second question, or our second topic, comes from Sue St. Clair in Aberdeen, Connecticut.
Beautiful name.
She
Beautiful
wants to
town.
know, her penmanship's terrible.
doing karate.
You really must type a little better. Historical figures who could have been president.
Fun.
Sorry, I would take a drink, but I just spilt it all over the floor here, Eric. Historical figures who could have been president. Now, Sam's not allowed to speak because she can only say one word tonight, Elvis. And I think Elvis would have made a... See? That just happened.
Benjamin Franklin.
See, now, there's one who I thought was president.
Exactly.
Your point is made. Jay, who-
Well, actually, he played a very big role in
Electricity?
that, but he went over to France and was just.
Oh, that he also played a big role in that Speedy Plumbing Company, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
He had gout.
He was a swinger.
He liked to smoke.
He had bad eyesight.
I bet you had white hair when he was old.
He had an extremely receded hairline.
He was balding, yeah.
That was a wig.
He signed the Declaration of Independence.
In blood.
How could he not have been president? So, excellent.
My guess
Benjamin
is he
Franklin.
didn't want to.
Who do you got, Jay?
Historical figure who could have been president?
Yeah.
Colbert.
Probably my dad.
Okay.
No, I can't.
That was a very
I can't-
passionate
I can think of
answer.
fictional people who could have been president.
Like Luke Skywalker? Or?
No, a long time ago, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yoda.
I was going to do
Wow, he
not
just-
an American.
I hope you got that on camera because I'm usually the one that has the stroke live. He just had one, so.
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
Fred from Scooby-Doo.
No,
Fred.
not Fred.
Yeah,
No, there's.
he's a natural leader for crying out loud.
plan-
I'm okay
never
with
really-
fictional characters, but not cartoons.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Because Ren.
But I
would
do
be-
love
Fine.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay. A veteran served this country, in a military that turned on him for a crime he didn't commit. The leader, why am I totally...
Jamie
The leader of
Foxx?
the A-Team. Why am I totally...
Captain America.
Hannibal, thank you.
Hannibal Lecter.
No.
President Hannibal from the A-Team. Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
Who was on the
Although
A-Team.
himself would be
Every
a
week
good
they would
historical
find
figure.
and capture somebody, and they would go and help somebody, and then take that person, and Hannibal would eat their face.
Yes.
Kane.
How could you
I
not?
go
have-
Kane.
Kane what?
I'm Kane.
Oh,
Batman.
You'll die when I hope you die. I can't do that.
What just happened?
I'm so good.
No?
Historical figures and Kane. Who's Kane? An Abel? I don't.
Have you seen? I can't do
All right,
the
I'm
voice.
getting the let's move this
Batman.
along sign from Brad. Actually, he didn't do anything. I just want to move it along. So
Fair enough.
the historical figures we were talking about were
Elvis.
Elvis, Benjamin Franklin.
I guess I'm gonna
You've
have.
got none. Okay, that surprises me.
Doug Funny.
Well, who is
The subject's over.
Yeah, it's over. I'm done. You know what? I'm done with this. I'm done.
You know what else I'm done with? I'm done with not talking about soil.
Okay.
Damn you! We need the soil man.
Soil!
we're back. Thank you, Dave, for that.
Wow.
I mean, how about that, Sam?
You know what? Soil should have been president.
That water movement throughout the soil just
I mean,
reminded me of Pima jeans.
soil
almost made me have a movement.
Soil withstood all that water movement.
Some soil movement.
A real American hero is soil.
In water. So are we in a sewage factory?
Land that I
Raw
love.
sewer.
That's what it's.
You know what I think?
Soil
I think
that
all
I
three
love.
of us are on separate everything. This is glorious. This is good TV. I know at home you're sitting there going, it makes no sense. You're throwing your hands up in the air. This is going to be the catalyst for future television. You ever seen the TV screens where they're going? Watch Fox News for 5 seconds. You got the picture. You've got what channel it is. You've got something else in the corner here spinning. You've got a line going like this, another line going like this. Soon they're going to start to go up and down. We're just doing the same thing verbally.
Verbally.
Holla.
With
We're
words.
not going to make you read like some sort of a book.
We are for the lazy people that like to get their news. So,
Yeah.
before we get started, do we have any more emails?
No.
None. A tweeter, a twat? Anything?
The constantly off.
All right, we're
Hashtag.
moving on then to the subject from Timothy Dold from Yo Mama is what it says.
Interesting.
Favorite signs.
Sounds like a hate crime almost.
Good one, too.
It's actually a city in Missouri.
Hmm.
Favorite signs of spring.
It's Missouri.
Missouri. Missouri. Should we talk about Missouri?
That movie?
The movie?
Yeah.
No, the state. The entire state of Missouri.
It's Missouri.
It's Missouri. You ever been there?
Yeah.
You're in a state
Have
of
you
Missouri.
have you ever been to Silver Dollar City there?
No, but it sounds like something I'd like. What
It
is
was awesome. I don't really remember it too much, but we got to go on like a train, and then like a robber came, and it's like a a faked out play, and then it was like,
Oh.
stop this train. Then we also got to go to like
I don't know
Dixie
that'd be
Stampede.
fun.
It was cool.
I
It
have
was
a
like
feeling
a
in
bunch of
this day
little
and
rides.
age that anybody faking robbing a train would end up with a bullet in there.
Yeah,
And
I would have one of
on
the
ride.
movements in soil Dave was talking about during the Soil Minute.
Well, this was the 90s.
Silver dollar. It was a different time.
Very different
time.
indeed.
Were you old enough to like ride in a train then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. But then we went
Trains
to
still exist, don't they? I mean,
yeah.
As far as I know.
so why are you saying were you
Have you guys
old
ever
enough
been on
to
a
ride in
passenger train?
No, I never have. Have you?
Have you?
Indeed.
Where'd you go?
Chicago. It was really fun once we realized there was like a beer cart. I mean, I was there with my soccer team, but we just went and were like, yeah, we just got done trying out for the Olympic trials, and they like totally believed us because they're all just hammered on a train.
So you were like, how old?
19.
Is it international waters? So they can serve you?
Once you're on railroad tracks.
No, I
it's
mean I
all-
was there like with the soccer team. I wasn't
But
drinking.
did they serve you?
No, we just like hang out in there.
What the heck? The story would have been so much better if like you were, because you
Well,
sounded
everyone
like,
else was drunk.
Well, it sounded like you were going in that direction.
Well, no, I was just BSing. I was just like, all right, well, if I can't drink, then I'm just gonna
Pretend
Tom
like
is
you.
pretend like you're drunk.
Very disappointed that you weren't underage drinking.
Well,
I'm
you want to
not.
hear some stories about that?
Oh, well,
No.
that's
Indeed
you're
not.
right.
Channel 14 cares. The more you know. Favorite signs of spring. How do we get on trains? Misery.
The steps.
Good. In the
The
conductor
tracks.
with this watch. All aboard.
Yeah.
Ticket.
My favorite signs of springs are this cough finally leaves. Number one. You guys? I like when the what's the
Isengard?
the groundhog? What's his name?
Oh, Punxsutawney Phil.
From Nantucket? Whatever. I like when he comes out because that means we usually find out. It's bad when you looking at. I'm looking at Jay
actually-
here,
I'm
and I can tell things aren't going well because literally Bart the sound guy's asleep. So it's time. We not only broke the rule of looking at a book, we put one of the crew members to sleep. So if you're still awake at home, text us at our handle Ricky Tiki Tavi, and we will send you a Off Constantly T-shirt. So
I was actually just sitting there staring at you, not paying any attention, trying to remember the name of the town that is from Groundhog's Day.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's okay. You gave the answer.
Apology accepted.
Punxsutawney. What was it? Punxsutawney.
That's the town. I was being funny. In Nantucket. Gosh.
Yes.
Okay. None of us have, as you can
being.
see, our Red Bull IVs in, so it's just we're off a little bit. Yeah. So favorite spring. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, I like it when the snow starts to melt and it gets to that like slushy consistency. And then you can just go around and you can just stomp in it and it just goes. I mean, you don't have to hit anyone with it, but it's fun.
It does start to look a little dirty
Can't hear you.
after a while.
Your battery said. On that note, since we can't hear us anyway, thanks for joining us this week. Hope you're still awake, and happy President's Day.
Hope you're asleep.
We're off constantly. Start
Bum 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 ba bum ba off constantly.